Hey there, Scorpio. It's me here, Krystal Clear. Happy to deliver July 2024's message for you. We're going to start by pulling two cards for the overall energy of July for Scorpio. One card coming into the month. We've got to admit your true feelings to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Only you know what it is that you truly desire. And as you leave the month, we've got spiritual teacher. Your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. All right, so I can see here we've got that, that violet chakra, the upper crown chakra, third eye chakra going on. We're definitely seeing things from a higher perspective, Scorpio. And I mean, you are a deep personality. You do have deep characteristics, but sometimes those feelings can be cloudy. They can be muddied or muddled. When we admit our true feelings to ourselves, chances are it's riddled with some fears, some worries, some insecurities, and things like that. And Scorpio, at the beginning of July, and maybe for the month of July, the theme that I can see is that you're sorting through those feelings and you're deciding which ones are, able to help teach others, that has a healing trickle rather than like that worry that trickles. There are certain people maybe in your news feed that if you go to their posts, it's going to be gloom and doom. And then that there's some people you can go to where you see like motivation and inspiration. And I'm not saying you have to take either approach, but that maybe you learn how to speak about your experience, how to speak about your feelings in a way where other people can be healed from your expressions. But in order to be able to do that, you got to find like your light through this. I can see that the person here on this card is like sitting perhaps in the shadows, and on the other side is like this really bright light. And so while you might feel like you're sitting in the shadows right now, Scorpio, there's a really beautiful light that is here with you, assisting you, something that you see and something that you can give to others. And so spiritual teacher, by the end of this month, I feel like you do realize that this experience that you've been having has opened you up even more to your spirituality, but like the hope side of it, when I see that light, and actually they're both sitting in the same exact position. I'm just going to pull another random one from this deck. You can see they are not all sitting in this type of position, okay? They're all very different here. So yeah, they're sitting literally in the same position, going in and going out. So that tells me, and what the difference is here she's alone, contemplating to herself, and here she's sharing with others what she experienced. So I do feel that this experience you have been going through allows for you to help others on this journey, someone who might have like similar experiences as you. I also feel like this has just been deeply teaching you that you're not alone and that you do have support, that spiritual teacher is surrounded by little fur friends. So like I do feel like this has taught you that you're not alone and you do have a support system, and to just be honest about, the care that you've received and how much that means to you. It's okay to get a little in those emotions, Scorpio, and be soft about them. So let's pull 4 cards to see how the weeks go here in July. We've got the 9 of Cups, the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles shows up a lot here in July. Oh, a King and Queen of Pentacles. This might be for love for some of you. I was going to pull one more out, but 2 came out, and it's the Queen of Wands and the Star. So for some of you, this may be a little bit of a love triangle that you have been in, and a little bit uncertain as to which way your heart should go, or maybe you've been trying to move on from a relationship and you continue to find yourself going back to that person or that idea. So let's start at the beginning of the month with the 9 of Cups, with these opportunities that come in. So really starting to see, honestly, with the 9 of Cups and the King of Pentacles, starting to see how these opportunities that you've had with this experience, with these people. This is general, so take it as it will. They're teaching you how to be better about yourself. This experience has been teaching you how to be more disciplined with your own perception, your own wellness, your own intimate relationships, your own communication with yourself. There's been a lot of opportunity that has come in for you to learn and to grow, and I feel like you really have been doing that. This first week of July is like there's a celebration of you, that there's support around you, celebrating you. You deserve to be happy. You deserve this. It's great success. In the second week of July, the King of Pentacles is all about success, and it really is about growing into it. It's not something that is delivered. It's not something that you just get or you're just gifted. You've worked hard for this perspective that you're shifting into, that spiritual teacher is helping you. And that doesn't mean it has to necessarily be a person. It can be an experience. But I also feel like with these queens that show up, for some of you, this is a love relationship that is teaching you how to be a better partner. It could also be just how to be like a better version of yourself if you are not in a relationship, but maybe you have some significant and intimate connections in your life that they're trying to help you become a better version of yourself. So for the third week, it was just the Queen of Pentacles. And so this tells me that it's a nice balance, that the King and the Queen of Pentacles tells me that your masculine and your feminine energies are in better balance with your personal practices. And the masculine energy is all about like the things that you do, but the Queen of Pentacles is all about your intellect behind it and your intention behind it and why you do it and the peace that comes behind it. So I feel like perhaps before this experience or before this month or last couple of months maybe, you may have done things without fully realizing that the intention in which you do them from trickles, matters within the experience. So for example, if you start something based on fear, there's going to be a lot of fear attached to the experience. Where if you start something based on lightheartedness, you're going to find there's going to be a lot more lightheartedness in that situation. So to have the King and the Queen of Pentacles show up that second and third week, I do feel like this spiritual teacher, this experience that's teaching you, this relationship that might be teaching you, it's opening up both sides, your masculine and your feminine sides, allowing you to be emotional and action-based. And I do feel that with the Queen of Wands and the Star, with these two coming in, if you're not in some sort of love triangle or dating or trying to figure out matters of your heart, then this card is about co-creating and how you have a hand in it and you have a part in it. And even if this is about, multiple people in a relationship and trying to decide where your heart is, you get a say. You get a say in what it is that you desire, and try to see a higher perspective of this working out, because it's really not just affecting you. It does affect multiple people with the spiritual teacher, this experience, these feelings. It's not just you that it's affecting. And so as you step out into your truth, the Star, as you step out into your truth and honor your light and be authentic, you teach others around you to do the same. But yeah, this is very divided between like an experience elevating you and like a love triangle. So it's interesting. Let's see here. I'm going to pull Spirit's advice. So as you go about this month here of July, Scorpio, let's see your advice. First, we've got the Twirl card. What a lighthearted card. Very similar stance again to the Nine. Here, I'll show you. To the Nine of Cups, right? Those hands are up and she's leaping up out of the air. It's just very interesting that you have like these consistent stances in these cards. The two sitting, the two with their hands up. And what I like about this card, this Twirl, is like, are their hands up to receive, or are their hands up just giving and like throwing it out there? And with the Twirl, it's like, remember both parts, the King and the Queen. Remember that you can You can give, and in order to receive, there are some things that you have to give, and just to feel lighter with. The Twirl card reminds you to just stay lighthearted as you dance between the ebb and the flow. Let's see what else we got for Spirit's advice. So stay lighthearted. We've got rewild your life. Shift those perspectives. Rewild your life is all about seeing things from a new point of view, thinking in a different way. The spiritual teacher and admitting true feelings from yourself, it's like moving from this typical way of thinking into a higher perspective of thinking. Not just thinking about myself and my experience, but also how I communicate it to others and how it helps them in their times of need, in their times of confusion, in their times of love triangledness. But to rewild your life, to be open to shifting your perspective. So being free to give and receive, to ebb and flow, to see a higher perspective, and to embrace enthusiasm. Embrace enthusiasm as you go. See, there's that love triangle again. There's another 3. Some of you are in a love triangle out there. Maybe you can have that. Maybe you can have it all. I don't know. Maybe you need to have a conversation about it. But embrace enthusiasm. Have a little bit of fun with it. When you look to nature, and you look to like animals, you look to flowers, they're not so serious. Animals are not very serious. Plants, they're not very serious. Bugs, they're not very serious. You know, they're kind of just, I don't know, they don't seem very serious to me. Maybe some bugs can be serious. But they're usually flying around to the next pollen or working together. So find the people you can work with, your community. Those people are around you. They're helping you. And there's also people around you seeking that higher perspective that you can help with. So just remember that you're part of that. You're a drop in the ocean and you are the ocean, right? So I hope this helps for you, Scorpio, as you navigate July. I'm wishing you all the best blessings and love always. Take care.